Flying Private finishing second at a big price, and Proceed B was third. On the Lanes End undercard at Turfway Park was the Rushaway Stakes, also for 3-year-olds, just $100,000 purse here, mile and a 16th. Once again, here's Mike Battaglia.
And they're off in the Rushaway. For the lead, Ziegfeld. From the outside, that's Sunday's Baby Grand. Up between those two, Fitz a Slew, followed by Summer's Empire. Moving into the first turn, Ninth Client now moves through from the rail ahead in front of Fitz a Slew. Up on the outside, Sunday's Baby Grand third. It's a gap of 3 lengths. Summer's Empire runs fourth, No Inflation fifth. Then from the rail, Ziegfeld is next, followed by Tocket, Rocket, and the trailer, Cliffy's Future. 24-1 for the quarter. Sunday's Baby Grand ahead in front, Ninth Client second, Fitz a Slew third, a length. On the outside, No Inflation moves a closer fourth. Tocket, Rocket is fifth, Summer's Empire sixth. To make the Cliffy's Future and the trailer, Ziegfeld, the half in 48-2. The leader is Sunday's Baby Grand, now by a half length. From the outside, that's Fitz a Slew. No Inflation on the extreme outside. Ninth Client down along the rail. Those four right together. Gap of 3 to Tocket, Rocket. Then on the outside, Cliffy's Future. Well bunched now into the turn. From between horses, still Fitz a Slew. Center of the track, No Inflation. Cliffy's Future up on the outside. No Inflation now gets the lead. Cliffy's Future and Ziegfeld are both gaining ground, and Cliffy's Future is in front. Ziegfeld takes second, but it's going to be Cliffy's Future with Jesus Castanon wins the Rushaway.
Always nice seeing a horse that ran on the inner track win a stakes out of town. That's the case here with Cliffy's Future, set off at 7-1, paid $16.40 to win. This colt by the Cliff's Edge was actually trained by Todd Pletcher as a 2-year-old, bought privately by Maggie Moss and trainer Bruce Savine, and after running second to pitch perfectly here in an inner track allowance race, was sold to his current connections, and he's trained by Darren Miller. Jesus Castanon was aboard. So I think I'm not alone saying I didn't see much run in the Lanes End and the Rushaway. I'd be highly shocked if any of those 3-year-olds came out of those particular races to make noise. But we've got to talk a little bit about the Kentucky Derby Challenge, run Thursday at Kempton Park. I understand Churchill, I guess they want to get some more international participation in the race. They want to get some foreign money into the betting pools, which is commendable. But at the same time, the whole notion of this seems preposterous to me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it seems like you're going to take away a legitimate Derby contender's chance that has been running here in America and has the credentials that they've put up that they've run for a year or 2 years and have those greatest stakes earnings. And also the fact that the winner of this race, if he starts in the Derby, gets a $100,000 bonus. I just think it's unfair to a lot of people that work hard all year here in the States and try to get into that 20th spot in the Derby. At
least as of now, trainer John Gosden did note they would probably try their horse on the poly track in the bluegrass, and if all went well there, they'd run in the Kentucky Derby. That sits a little better with me, but still not a fan of the new Kentucky Derby Challenge. We'll take a quick time out now. When we come back, Andy and Eric will be on the set here with another segment of Trips and Traps.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Weekly. It's time for our installment of Trips and Traps. And Andy, I've always contended that in small fields, you can really get yourself into a lot more trouble than you think. You might expect a lot of trouble to come in 12-horse fields, but you know what? You get in a little trouble in a 6-horse field, the pace is working against you, you're really up against it.
Yeah, it is true. Well, I guess maybe in bigger fields, there's more opportunity for things to happen in the race that might work in your favor. And in the smaller fields, horses, as the race we're going to see, can get themselves into real jackpots.
This is the 6th race from Saturday. We're going to take a look at the number 3 horse in here, City Fest, who went off at 6-1. But as you're going to see as they break from the gate, the pace is really slow to develop here.
Yes, this was a monstrously slow pace. Now, City Fest is a 3 in the pink and purple color, sort of between horses dropping back. And he doesn't really have any actual trouble in the race. What he has is trouble dealing with the dynamics. And if you were to compare the pace of this race to the other paces in 6-furlong races that were run on Saturday's card, you would see how remarkably slow it was. And this isn't a bad field.
Right, not at all. And you see him steadying a little little bit there. Now, the winner does come from just outside of where City Fest is right now, the 4 Pay and Kind. But as you see, Pay and Kind is going to inch up and get into a little bit better position here, while the 3 City Fest is still going to lag back and last and be under a hold here.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing I don't get is the winner is a closer. And the winner was the favorite and the best horse in the race in great form. City Fest, who's now out of the picture, has speed. He's not a speed ball, but he has speed, and they're absolutely crawling. Now he's coming from last and circling 3 to 4 wide in the stretch, and actually gets himself within 2 lengths of the lead after dropping about 5 lengths. He had no chance the way this race was run.
Absolutely not. In striking range here, but certainly tactically, everything working against him, losing ground in the turn, steadying a little bit before the turn, and also having to come from behind on this slow pace here. And you're going to see Pay and Kind have put in a very good effort here. This isn't going to be easy for Pay and Kind to get by these other horses that were going slowly on the lead, but Pay and Kind's a horse that's in excellent form, digs in late here. Certainly no chance for City Fest. Is going to trail the field here at the finish line. I think some upside to betting City Fest next time.
No question. And Pay and Kind is in great form. I mean, he ran exceptionally well to win this race, and City Fest wasn't beating him. There's no question about it. But this race was run in a more fair manner, and City Fest had gotten a more even trip. He could have finished second to Pay and Kind. And City Fest will be a decent price. So I think going down the road, we can make money with City Fest. The second finisher near Papa's Pick, he's never getting the money.
No, certainly set that slow pace last time. This time in the race here, Papa's Pick was bet down at 9-2, and had no excuse not to win that race. Finished second there. Couldn't have a better setup, and probably won't have one again.
Right, absolutely. And we'll be doing this race on Trips and Traps on the YouTube channel, which is, of course, Trips and Traps on youtube.com/NYRA Video. And you can check us out. We have a new episode coming up every Wednesday night or Thursday morning.
Well, that does it for this installment of Trips and Traps. Jason will be right back, and we're going to do more Races of the Week when Thoroughbred Weekly continues.